How to make very lazy beef and vegetable soup. Start with a pack of this, which also has some barley in it. Get some diced beef so it's easy to cut up. Some sliced mushrooms because I'm lazy. Some beef stock. Some vegetable stock. A tin of chopped tomatoes and a tin of 5 bean salad, which is whatever beans are in it that I can't find. Whatever, 5 bean salad. The first thing you need to do is get a little oil and heat it up with the beef stock. Cut the beef into slightly smaller chunks than they already are and brown that off before putting a litre of water with the vegetable stock to warm up with the vegetables. So let's get all that on the go. There you go. Alright, the beef stock and the oil is all melting together slowly. And I've chopped up all the meat into tiny little bits as it's all going for soup. The vegetable stock and the water is bubbling away. And I'll soon add the vegetables, but first it's time to add the beef into the pan. There we go. So, turn the heat up a little. And get it spread out a bit. And now just wait for it to start sizzling away. In the meantime, turn the heat up more on this to get that stock melting down. That's going all right slowly. And get this lot ready to go in. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to chop up the mushrooms. Once the beef starts bubbling away nicely, give it a little mix. Make sure all the sides get all done and all mixed in with the flavour of the stock and the oil. The stock also contains all sorts of herbs and some salt, so that's why I'm not adding any. At the moment, there'll be herbs added later on. Now get back to chopping all the mushrooms. I'm now going to add the barley into the water and the vegetable stock, just as it's hard and needs a little bit of soaking. And although it only takes a few minutes. The beef is going nicely. Still more mushrooms to chop up though. Right, the mushrooms are all chopped now, and the beef is all done, and the stock's all done. So first things to do is to add the beef into the pan. Make sure you're pouring it in the pan. Don't forget to turn the heat off like I normally do. Now you got to put the mushrooms in the pan, and this will be fun one-handed, but here we go. Get in there. Ish. Go on, get in there. Mushrooms. Pick up the stragglers and chuck them in. Give that a good mix. Your may well need to add more water. Also, if you like a much more chunky soup, you can, excuse my fingers, you might want a chunkier soup, so you just don't chop everything up the way I have. That really matters, does it? Soup. Now you can also add the other vegetables. That's, I don't know what that is. Onions, swede, potato, leek, carrot. Let's mix it all together. As you can tell, I'm going to need to add a lot more water, possibly another litre. Because you get it boiling, then simmer it for like 45 minutes. Now, I need to add the beans. Right, add the beans, which is sweet corn, kidney beans, haricot beans, some other beans. Where's the ingredients? Kidney beans, balotti beans, black eye beans, pea navy beans, baby green lima beans, sweet corn. So there you go. Chuck all that in. You'll need to get some out the bottom. It looks disgusting, but it tastes alright. Once everything is in so far, add the chopped tomatoes as well, make a mess. Lovely. And rinse the thing with some cold water and then pour it into the pot as well. I would show you, but I've already taken up both my hands. Right, so you rinse all the tin with water to get the rest of the tomato juice out and pour that in, which cleans that out. Oh, fuck. Alright, give that a damn good mix. Make sure everything is living the life. As you can see, it's going to be quite a decent soup, hopefully. Now, my dad's having this, so there's going to be nothing spicy about it. But if you want to add some real hot spices, you can do that and all. I'm just going to add, what is it? Marjoram, basil, oregano, if you're American, and thyme. But instead of doing that, I'm just going to get mixed herbs, which is all of them in one pot, because this is lazy soup. And just add like, oh no, fucking shitloads. Because I do like a nice herb flavour. And there is a fair bit of soup, to be fair. No, fuck, slam the door. Mix the fuck out of it. Make sure you put the pan back on the ring properly. Now turn it up a bit to get it boiling. And now just wait until it's boiling. Just to give the tomato a little extra kick, just add some tomato paste. Or tomato puree, or whatever the hell you call it. I like a lot of it, because I like a lot of it. Don't really matter, there's no particular measurements for any of this, just chuck in what you want. Make sure there's enough water that it's soup and not stew. And that's it really. Just get it heating up, boiling away. Again, turn it down to simmer for 45 minutes. All right, once it's all bubbling away nicely like this, just give it a good stir, make sure it's all well mixed, which is bound to be, but you know, whatever, stirring helps. You can give it a little taste if you want at this point. If you want to burn your tongue. And now you just turn it down to simmer a bit for 45 minutes. And just to say again, you can add anything you want into that. Herbs, spices, vegetables, some You don't have to add anything. You don't have to add any meat. You can just do a carrot and parsnip soup, or potato and leek soup, or, you know, substitute the beef stock and the beef for chicken stock and chicken. Whack some noodles in for chicken noodle soup if you're sick. Just do whatever you like, it don't really matter. Just cook it and eat it. And it's quick and it's easy and it's pretty bloody healthy, to be honest. And depending on how greedy you are, it will last 2 people possibly 3 days. Just make sure you heat it up to boiling and give it a good stir around, and every single day if you're having it for a few days. Or once it's all done and simmered for 45 minutes, you can let it go cold and actually freeze it and have it whenever you like then. Anyway, that's it. I might come back and show you a bit when I put it in the bowls. Otherwise, that's the lot. Thank you. Okay, soup's done. I did end up having to add another litre just to keep it as soup, it's not stew, instead of stew. Now dish it up. Make sure it's got some liquid with it. So as you can see, it does turn out quite thick. Excuse the steamed up phone. But there you have it. Just add a little bit more liquid to that one. So yeah, there you go. There's your beef and vegetable soup.